With you today, Terry. We're looking forward to hearing your views today on the next generation of supply chain. But before we start, can you provide us with a brief background of yourself?
Well, obviously I'm Australian, you'll pick by the accent, but I've spent most of my working career in supply chain and logistics. I have a background in defence, spent 20 years defence in supply chain, Ordinance Corps in the Australian Army, which time I looked after all fleet aspects and supply chain matters in defence. Outside of defence, I've worked with operation, manufacturing, agriculture, mining, and 3PL. So I've got a bit of background for supply chain. I've handled all aspects: warehousing, inventory management, procurement, warehouse design, continuous improvement, and the list goes on. So it lends me to start thinking about what possible changes and improvements are there, and I suppose that's the lead-in into today's discussion and topic.
So can you first define what is the next generation supply chain?
Well, since the dawn of time, I suppose you'd look at it, the accounting method that I would say 99% of businesses operate under is a base unit a methodology that provides the easy accountable process of one in, one out. And it also provides transparency and accountability of process. My methodology of next-gen supply chain turns that process on its head by going weight-based as opposed to unit-based.
And why is this important?
Why? Cost savings and progression toward a fully automated supply chain functionality.
Can you talk about how this is put into practice?
Okay, so currently in design is a weight pad or a weight platform which will be designed around storage mediums in warehousing. So what that particular weight pad will allow for is product to sit on it. A live weight will be transferred back to the MRP, ERP, where it'll be converted to a base unit measured quantity for the system to know what's exactly there. The benefits to this is it's going to be a live volume record, which will mean that there won't be a need for stock take. That's probably the primary, but the additional components that will be added to the weigh platform will allow for heat mapping of the item within warehouse structure. Will also allow for security aspects. So if there's a variation to weight that isn't authorised, then that can connect to a camera surveillance system that will automatically engage with any inappropriate activities. So there's a string of benefits. It will also provide accountability, error corrections, as in if somebody goes to put something in the wrong location, if it's not recorded as correct weight, the system will pick up that it's not the right item in the right location. So many benefits to going to that form of accountability. The back-end issues is the exciting part, though, in that the system will have probably what would be the missing link in any supply equation that would deal with the suppliers of material. So where you have an accurate account balance, then if you know what your consumption data is and the lead time of manufacturing and logistics, and this will provide the information needed to go to a fully automated system, allowing for those external parameters to be input into a supply equation. I hope that makes sense to you, Dustin.
And can you talk a little bit about how you've seen some of this put in some success stories or some examples of this being done?
No, thank you. I have heard of a company in New Zealand that has a medical cabinet where it has medical components on it and as an item is removed and it falls below the minimum quantity, it'll automatically reorder. This would be that on a similar scale, but on a much grander platform with a lot more, automative functions added to it.
And thanks, Terry. Did we cover everything you wanted to discuss on this topic?
On this topic, yeah. I mean, there's many topics that I'm looking at. Just to give you a heads up, I'm also an industrial engineer, so at present I'm in the researching VR, virtual reality headset for measurement processes, as in industrial engineering and recording takt time. So that one will be fairly exciting. And obviously KPI developments in the form of a new tool to be released, or it has recently been released, but it's probably waking the world up to KPIs and their true value as a natural progression from things like TQM, Lean Six Sigma. KPIs are the next progressive step in business development. So they're all exciting projects that I'm working on.
And I look forward to interviewing you again to cover these topics.
Okay, Dustin.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Have a nice day.